Good morning, all of you. Welcome to this seventh class of the Fast DT Fast Track batch and the third class for the business head. It is very important aspect. What we are doing today is that we have already completed with all the concepts of section 30 to 40. One full day we have spared in depreciation. Yesterday we have done all the other sections 30 to 36, then 10,000 and all. Did you all do the two homeworks I gave? Small problems. How much cash payment is allowed and disallowed in a single day? Put me an answer. So many of you are live on, so many of you are live in Zoom and in YouTube. Jahan bhi aap hain. Did you do yesterday's homework? Any doubts are there? We'll do one thing. Today's target is for interfinal. Any students, you can share this lecture. It is very important to understand how to compute the business income. Final students are doing the same thing. Add-on is math. Inter students are doing the same thing for 15 marks question. Add-on is your AMT, right? Okay. So with this, what we will do right now is, let us first revise in the 10 minutes. Okay. All of you who are in Zoom also, chat box is also on and you can unmute and speak up. If you feel any aspect in yesterday's class is not clear or you have a doubt. I made you write some running notes. So from there only I'm doing this revision. Okay. Right. Chalo. Yesterday we have made a gist that when we solve the business head problem, we should remember, okay, so business head may, what do you mean by allowed and disallowed? Okay, any expenses which you have debited in the P&L account, and that expense, if it is not allowed and if you scratch that expense, what's the impact on profit? Profit will increase. So hope anyone, I think kal to puri attendance day before yesterday some of you were not there in the class, so please make sure you take this notes. Now, important aspect is in income tax, we charge the depreciation as per section 32. All of you pay attention. I can say 2 days, whatever I've taught. If you don't have any doubt, chalo, see the add and less and question answer. I'm going to do add less question answer. And somewhere you will see the same reflection in your costing integrated reconciliation also, you know. So same concept is there, add less, but ये revision करना जरूरी है. Okay. So income tax act says that you have to charge the depreciation mandatorily as per WDV method according to block of asset. So we have written these conditions yesterday. I'm just checking from the screen. If you have any doubt, they are there in the PDF material also. But to learn it, we have printed it. Hai na? Right. So are you the owner of the asset? Yes. Are you using the asset for business purpose? Yes. Charge the depreciation with the WDV method and it is mandatory. And you don't charge depreciation asset wise. You charge it block wise. How many block is group of assets having same nature, same rates. So like we have building, furniture, plant and machinery. Okay, these are blocks. Now in plant and machinery doesn't mean core plant and machinery, which is used for manufacturing. It will have your vehicles, your electronics, all. Okay. So now suppose I have 3 plant and machinery. Fourth is purchased. First is sold. This is all crumpled like a block. Okay. 2 hours of class we have done this. If you still have a doubt, tell me. Next is your intangible assets. Intangible assets are technical know-how, patents, copyrights, all that are chargeable to 25% WDV method except goodwill. From 1st April 2020, there's no depreciation on goodwill. Okay? Right. Now, when I'm saying you have to charge the depreciation not asset-wise, but block-wise, then what is the format you will use? Opening WDV, add the purchases, balance. While adding the purchases, very important is to write down the date of purchase. Ma'am, why? If asset is used for more than 180 days, full year's depreciation. If it is used for less than 180 days, 50%. So no date to date depreciation like in books. then balance minus sales value. अच्छा, sales value में no depreciation. In accounting, if I've sold the asset in December, April to December, I charge depreciation. In income tax, no depreciation on the sale. Okay. Now, after the sale, what is the balance on that? You have to charge depreciation. Now, there are many rates given in the Income Tax Act, but important are just these rates which you should learn for your exam. Residential building, if you are using 5%. Commercial building, godowns, depots, offices, factories, 10%. Temporary structures, 40%. Let me clarify one thing. Anytime you are confused in exam, you should have this alertness. Highest rate of depreciation is 40% over and out. उससे ज़्यादा नहीं है. Furniture, including electronic fittings, 10%. Plant and machinery, 15%. Okay. Plant and machinery includes vehicles, cars, dumpers, diggers. But if you are using the vehicle as taxi, travelers, right? Then your usage is high. Double the rate, 30%. Now, computer related software, energy saving devices. In one of the exam, they've also asked windmills, all 40%. Intangibles, 25%. All clear to all of you, right? So with this, we have solved the problem. Now, important points to remember for additional depreciation. Ma'am, above the normal depreciation, additional depreciation is also allowed? Yes. Hot favorite for your MCQs. What are the terms and conditions for additional depreciation? It is allowed to manufacturer on new plant and machinery other than ships and aircrafts, other than second-hand machinery, not allowed. Other than plant and machinery used, other than factory, like I have a guest house or I have an accounts office, so there additional depreciation will not be allowed. Core plant and machinery which is used for in my factory, additional depreciation is allowed at the rate of 20%. If asset is used for less than 180 days, 10% now, 10% next year. Additional depreciation is also allowed to power sector because they are generating power. Okay. So these are the points. Ma'am, they didn't say if it is a manufacturing company and if they have purchased new plant and machinery, you have to calculate additional depreciation. For CA students, question number 1 is your case studies. Listen all of you. What is case study? Nothing but a question, say, of depreciation. And when you solve that question, the second step, the fourth step is your MCQ answer. Are you getting? For CMA students, 30 marks, 15 into 2 MCQs. Additional depreciation, ICDS, what are the conditions? These are asked. This whole week, you will be getting 1 minute nice snippets for important aspects of the business set, including the amendments. Okay. All that I'll put up in only in YouTube channel. Right? आ जाओ. अब हम revision कर रहे हैं तो next aspect. Everyone has written this notes. Don't share the picture to me in DM, beta. Group में ही share करो. Let this be for all. Now, because we are doing business from section 30 to 36, they say related to business, if you have done expenditure, it will be allowed. First of that expenditure is scientific research under section 35. In-house, for my own business, if I'm doing scientific research, revenue allowed, capital allowed. Last 3 years, revenue and capital allowed, except land. Except land. Is this clear to all of you? Land is not allowed. Now, if we donate outside to national laboratories, IITs, universities, colleges which are registered, affiliated, or if I donate 100% to a company who's engaged in scientific research, then allowed. Okay? Next now, I'm going little fast because what we did yesterday, did you all follow? Yesterday, we have understood scientific research, we solved one problem. We understood preliminary expense, we have solved one question. So that is over. If you have a doubt, pause. I don't mind doing this revision for 30 minutes. Because the more you repeat, the more you will remember. Income tax is not tough, beta, but it is fast. Yes. All clear until now? Next is section 35D, preliminary expense. Before the company is born and incorporated, you may incur printing, stationery, SIN number, DIN number, memorandum articles. All that expenses allowed in income tax, 5% of the cost of the project for non-corporate SSE. And for company, 5% of the cost of project or 5% of capital employed, whichever is higher. Okay? Keep patience. After the revision, I'll make you write something which will clear your add and less concept. Okay? Preliminary expenses. See, yesterday we have seen ki preliminary expenses 11 lakhs, but 5% of the capital employed and cost of project is 2 lakh. So only 2 lakh is allowed. That too 1/5 every year, 40,000. Okay? Right. Now, someone is taking voluntary retirement, then VRS, whatever you pay as an employer, it is allowed 1/5 every year. I'm again repeating whatever you have paid. If VRS is 5 lakh, but right now you have paid 4 lakh. 4 lakh divided by 1/5 will be allowed every year under section 35D. One more aspect we have seen in section 36, STT and CTT. STT is security transaction tax. CTT is commodity transaction tax. These are paid to stock exchanges and from there they go to income tax department. So when I am buying shares, I'm paying brokerage, I'm paying stamp duty, I'm paying STT. STT and CTT paid are allowed as expense if you treat shares, securities as your stock in trade. समझ में आ रहा है? If shares and securities are treated as stock in trade, what is stock in trade? You buy shares, you sell, you have opening stock of shares, वैसे. Okay? Right. Next, we have seen discount. Suppose a company is there, they have issued 100 rupees debentures, deep discount debentures or bonds at 82. And they say, after 6 years you come, we will give you 100. So what is the total expenditure for company? 18 rupees. Can be divided 1/6 every year. Yeah, right. Unreasonable payment to relatives, not allowed. Ma'am, what's the definition of unreasonable? My son is working in my husband's firm and he's getting 5 lakh rupees salary per month. Not reasonable. Department is saying, though he's managing good business, he's doing, reasonable remuneration is 1 lakh per month. Just because he's your son, you're paying 5 lakh. 4 lakh is disallowed. 4 lakh is disallowed, to scratch the expense. If you disallow the expense, expense will reduce, profit will increase. That's what we are going to do after this. Now, in a single day to a single person, you cannot make payment more than 10,000 in cash. Yeah, if I have to pay you 48,000, I should do it by online mode, RTGS, NIFT, mobile transfers, account pay, check, anything. For transporter, it is 35,000. See, we told you not to pay cash, but if I have paid cash 13,000, can we say, ma'am, 10,000 tak to allow karo? No, 100% it will be disallowed. Okay. Now, if you make payment into anyone in India, what kind of payment? Salary, interest, royalty, technical fees, anything. You made payment to someone in India without TDS. TDS काटना भूल गए. 30% is disallowed. You make payment to an NRI outside India without TDS, 100% disallowed. Only gist I am giving. This is repeatedly asked and a very important amendment for all the exams. November, December 24, January 25, सबके लिए क्या है? What it is saying? Employee, I am giving salary to my employee 100 rupees. Then I'm saying, employee, I'll give you check of 88. 12 rupees I will put from your pocket to Provident Fund. Employee saying, okay, sir, done. Now this money, can you keep it in your pocket? It's government's money. It's employees' money. So if employees' contribution to PF, if you deduct 12 rupees and pay him 88, this 12 rupees you have to deposit in his PF account by 15th of next month. Okay? 15th of the next month. Ma'am, if I deposit before 31st March, nahi chalega kya? Disallowed. Ma'am, if I deposit before due date of filing the return, not allowed. Employees' money you didn't give to employee saying we are putting in PF account, then put. Ma'am, by what time? 15th of the next month. January ka PF deducted 15th February. February ka PF deducted 15th March. Done? Now, employer's contribution. Okay, I am putting 12 rupees. I am giving you 100 plus 12. 12 even I will contribute as an employer to your PF. So how much money will go to PF? 24 rupees. This employer's contribution, if he misses 15th of the next month, he can deposit by 31st March or by 30th September 2024. That's due date of filing the return. Is this clear to all of you? How many of you can correlate this with your labor chapter? Effective wages paid, PF add करते हैं, कभी deduct करते हैं. So I am paying you 112. Acha, in your P&L account, anytime they'll give provision for bad debt, provision for this, provision for that, transfer to reserves. These are not allowed. Ma'am, why not allowed? Because these are not actual expense. They are just book entries, right? Now coming to the part, I think rather than putting your own photo, it's good. Self-love is superb. But आज एक दिन के लिए, not this. My writing is, I know, not so great. But if you have written this, put this as a screenshot. The moment you on your phone, this should come on the screen. You will save 2 to 4 marks. This is the pitfall where most of the students, go in this slide. हमको नहीं गिरना है slide में. GST paid, custom duty paid. Is it allowed as expense? Yeah. If ITC is availed, keep separate. If not, add it in the purchase. But is GST and import export custom duty paid? Is it allowed as expense? Yes. Now, if you get a refund of the GST, refund of the custom duty, is it your business income? Huh? Yes? Right. Now, interest on GST. Sorry, Aman. Yeah. Interest on late payment of the GST. Is it allowed as your expense? Yes. Penalty on the GST. Not allowed. Why do you have to pay penalty? Because you evaded GST. You undershowed your sales. You did cheating. And then you want to penalty to be allowed? Not allowed. Please comment below. Is this helpful and have you learned it yesterday? 2 minutes.
Please.
ये वाले क्लास के लिए बहुत एनर्जी चाहिए. नॉन स्टॉप बोलना है. आई एम गेटिंग माई वाटर बॉटल. प्लीज यू ऑल रीड एंड आस्क डाउट्स. Thank you for waiting. I want you to comment and tell me, is this table clear or not? Only few of you have commented. Tell me. See, sometimes if you have a doubt and if I clarify, we can have good add-ons also in this. Was writing this yesterday helpful to you to remember the gist again? You can add on. You can add on. If you feel, ma'am, इसको भी add करते हैं, कर लो, कोई बात नहीं. Okay. GST is expense allowed. GST refund is business income. Interest on GST allowed as expense. Okay. Yeah, I'll again repeat the GST part. No problem. Dekho. GST, whatever you pay, if you have availed input tax credit, you will keep it separate. If input tax credit is not allowed, add it in purchase. But can you claim GST as your expense on the debit side? Yes. Import export duty as your expense? Yes. Right. Then in case if you receive refund of the GST, is it your business income? Yeah. Interest on GST allowed as expense. Penalty on GST not allowed. Yeah. Now, income tax is not allowed as business expense. It's personal tax. You are paying income tax on salary, house property, capital gain, other source, not only business head. Then it's not your business expense. If you have done partnership accounts, income tax paid on behalf of firm is also debited to all the partners in the form of drawings. Income tax refund is not a business income. So look at this. In the P&L account, if they give you GP 50, yeah, expenses 40, net profit 11, here they have given income tax refund 1 rupee. Is income tax refund they have credited in the P&L account? Is this your income? No. Income tax refund is what you have paid income tax, it has come back to you along with interest. So when you paid income tax, was it your expense? No. So income tax refund is not your income. Nikal do. If you remove this, you can't scratch, like scratching hota to rectification of errors chapter ki zarat hi nahi padti, right or not? Okay. So interest on IT refund is not my income. If I remove, will my profit reduce from 11 to 10? Yeah. So what I will do? Deduct. Yeah. Interest on IT refund. है ना? Interest on IT refund. Definitely. Interest on IT refund is your taxable income. But kahan pe? In income from others. Now take a pause and tell me, last 2 classes just I have given you in the last 25 minutes. Was it worth it and clear? हमने वो 2 दिन में पूरे detail किए. I think more than 8-10 questions we have done for depreciation, all. So now then I'll give you the format, how to compute the income add and less.
Ma'am, transfer to reserve wala
Yeah.
एक बार repeat
Little louder, beta. Ask what is your doubt?
मैम ट्रांसफर टू रिजर्व वाला पॉइंट है ना मैम जीएसटी के ऊपर, वो भी एक बार रिपीट करेंगे क्या?
हाँ, दिस इज ऑल. थोड़ा सा अकाउंट्स का नॉलेज और स्ट्रॉन्ग होना है, बट डेफिनेटली आई विल डू. सी जीपी इज 50, योर एक्सपेंसेस आर 40. I have written transfer to dividend equalization reserve 5 rupees. I have written transfer for bad and doubtful debts, just a provision. I have made 1 rupee, and now my net profit is 4. Are you all with me? So now your net profit is 4. You have transferred to dividend equalization reserve. ये देखो. If you want to know, I can so much link accounts and tax. ये देखो. This is your profit, 50. Now I am saying this is your profit. Pay the tax to government, take home, enjoy. Instead of that, I am saying, okay, Rani, listen. This is your profit, 50. 10 rupees you put in the dividend equalization reserve. 5 rupees, you put in investment allowance reserve. And remaining 10 and 5, 15 chala gaya out of 50, remaining 35 is your profit. Frankly, I have taken the profit from one pocket and put it in another pocket. Are reserves also a part of capital and my profit? Accounts knowledge, basic. My profit is 50. I have transferred 5 rupees to specific reserve. I have transferred 10 rupees to dividend equalization. Ultimately, those reserves are like taking the pocket from one pocket and putting it in another pocket. Is this my expense? No. What is allowed in income tax? Expense. So if you have transferred to reserves, you have just diverted the profit. It's not your expense. So it is not allowed. Second thing, provision for doubtful debts. Is there a bad debt? No. But okay, my datas are 1 lakh, no? 5% will just make a provision. What do you mean by provision? It's an accounting term, but what do you mean by provision? Provision is estimate of some expense which we may incur after March. So on 31st March, we provide. Who said that? AS4, contingencies and events occurring after balance sheet. March, you are showing 1 lakh sales. April, if there's a bad debt, what you will do? Chalo, 5% will make a provision. But that's provision. Is it actual expense? No. Income tax says transfer to reserve and provisions are not. You ask me the doubt and I'll give example for that without hesitation. बाकियों को समझ गया, मैं ही क्यों डाउट पूछूं? ऐसा नहीं है बेटा, पूछो. ये देखो, अब देखो इसको. Just look at your example. Oh, what happened? Screen sharing. Yeah. See. Now, if I say your net profit is 4, but 1 rupee you have transferred to provision for doubtful debts, this is not allowed. Fake expense. Fake. It's not actual. Transfer to reserve. It's not actual. So if I scratch this expense, what will be the impact on the net profit? It will increase. So if there is a transfer, add. If there is a provision, add. And now your correct net profit, which you have to show as per income tax after the add and less, is 10 rupees. Is with example, is this clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
और बोलो, किसी को भी कोई भी डाउट है? I am taking it as a challenge कि जिस वे में हमने, and please just don't say हाँ दीप्ति मैम ने बहुत अच्छा जिस लिखा है, मैं तेरे को फोटो भेजती, बस उतना पढ़ ले, बस होता है. ऐसे किसी को गलत ज्ञान मत देना. You all have written the gist because you have solved one question with this. Scientific research 2 question, preliminary expense 1 question, cash related 2 questions. So this is like base building. Now when we do the problems, we are clear. And while doing the problems, again, if you are stuck up, is this allowed or not? Refer back. 10,000, refer back. Payment to relative, refer. Refer, you have, no? All of you are having this compiler or not? है ना आपके पास? So आप बार-बार refer करो. 5 to 6 times if you refer, no? Your confidence will go up, you will. Chalo. Now we will write the format. Anyone is still having any doubt? We are not at all getting late. I really apologize because मुझे ही wait करना बुरा लगता है और आज आपने wait किया. मैंने class late शुरू किया. But कभी भी late नहीं हो रहा है. It's my responsibility to compensate if I come late. You say. Anyone still needs any example? No? Then write down. I am giving you format of computation of income. Which income? Business income. I'm not computing house property. कोई नींद में से उठा के पूछे तो आना चाहिए, मैम हाउस प्रॉपर्टी ना? या व्हाट डिड दीप्ति मैम टीच यू? हाँ, क्या पढ़ाया दीप्ति मैम ने? जीएवी, म्युनिसिपल टैक्सेस, एनएवी. वी हैव लर्न दैट by some basis. Like that we will learn this also. Particulars, amount. Always start computing your business income with net profit as per profit and loss account. Net profit as per profit and loss account. Some add 5 to 6 lines, some less. Ma'am, like this, some format is printed in the material. Band karo usko abhi. Few things to imprint in your mind you have to write. And after this, we will do some good problems. अच्छे वाले problem करें. Add and less. 5 to 6 lines, then you will get. Okay? Right. I am giving you all example 1. Example 1 लिखो. ऐसे P&L account draw करो. Draw with me. GP 50. Expenses 40. Net profit 10. I am into concept, dear students. So 10 rupees, 2 rupees. We are not in exam. You do it in crores, lakhs, whatever you want. Abhi nahi. Yeah. What is the net profit? As per the P&L account, 10. Okay. Now in the first example, I said expenses, write down. Expenses include rupees to personal expense. You know, I went to pay the office ka municipal tax. With that, I paid my house municipal tax also. Or I charged my son's school fees also in the P&L account. Or my personal LIC is also paid through same agent who is doing my building insurance. अच्छा, building insurance 8,000 ना, मेरा LIC भी ले लो 10,000, 18,000 I gave single check, debited in the P&L. अरे, your personal LIC is your drawings, building insurance. So expenses include 2 rupees personal expense. Getting all of you 2 rupees personal expense. Now, sorry, not allowed. Expense should have been 38. 2 rupees personal expenses debited in the, I am giving you regular class या fast track या one shot कोई भी हो. Few concepts will take 15-20 minutes. You have to be patient. Huh. Your expense 40, sorry, 2 rupees is not allowed. Your correct expense is 38. Can you scratch like this? No. When you reduce your expense, what's the impact on profit? Profit will increase by 2 rupees. That's why I should add. Are you all with me? आप लोगों को समझ रहा है मैं क्या बता रही हूँ? There are some expenses which are debited in the P&L, which may be personal, which may be capital, or which are outrightly disallowed. So can we add that? Yeah? Right. Why am I adding? Because if I remove that expense, my profit will increase. ठीक है? आ जाओ. Have you finished writing this example? Then we will go and do add less. I'll be giving some homework today. I know you all are preparing for Sunday's exam, residential status. Those who have already paid, the windows have opened either in laptop or mobile. Watch residential status lecture, practice the questions. Sunday is the exam and Monday I'll be solving it live with all of you. Sunday prepare करके जब लिखना है लिखो. Upload the paper in conceptclassesexams@gmail.com. I will also give my view on your paper and we will do live paper correction. आ जाओ. चलो. तो ये एग्जाम्पल आपने लिखा. Now, can I say? Write down. Expenses debited in P&L account, disallowed, inadmissible. Bracket में add back. Don't write in exam. This is for your understanding. Example, depreciation as per books of accounts. In books, if they have debited a depreciation, add back. Because we are calculating depreciation as per the Income Tax Act. Personal expense, if you have debited, add back. Capital expense, if you have debited, add back. Personal expense, add back. Is my example clear to all of you? Anyone in the class who is having a doubt? Any expenses, if you have debited and then they say, no, this is not allowed. So what you have to do? You have to remove. Yeah, one more I want all of you to write. Loss on sale of asset. Loss on sale of asset, plant and machinery, you have debited in the P&L. But sorry, loss, it will go in the short-term capital loss. Gain, short-term capital gain. यहाँ नहीं आएगा. चलो. Now I am doing example 2. This is my creditors ledger. Single entry पढ़ा है सबने? Accounts ही चल रहा है ना आज. Creditors means from whom I purchase. Always creditors will have which opening balance? I want all of you to quickly answer in the chat box. Who is taking this opportunity? Creditors will have opening balance on which side? I am waiting. सब दीप्ति मैम नहीं पढ़ाते ना, थोड़ा आप भी पढ़ाओ. I know this is a little longer way. I can give you a format. इसको mug up करो, खत्म करो, add less go. 5 examples and add less will be clear and you can preserve this till your final. No one knows creditors balance will come on the debit side or credit side. Don't tell me that. कल से income tax बंद, accounts पढ़ लेते हैं. Now okay. Yeah. So sweet. Some of you are writing right side, some of you are saying right side. This happens in the interview also. And then some interviewer like me will say, Acha, left side, right side, ye kya hota hai? So very, very correct, all of you, that opening balance of the creditors will come here, 500. Then I made purchase. Journal entry in your mind. Purchase to party, 200. 700. I made him payment, creditors to bank, 685. और ये account ऐसे ही open पड़ा है. How much I had to pay to creditors? 500. How much more I purchased? 200. How much I have to pay? 700. I said full and final settlement, I'll pay you 685. Remaining 15 rupees is what? I don't know. You say. You all say. Array, let the chat box be little active. So many of you are doing through laptops. You can type and send. Yeah. Super. Super fast. Very correct. Very correct. 15 rupees is not bad debt. It is discount received. I'm not going to receive in cash, but I'm paying only less. Now you tell me, should I take it in the P&L account, discount received? Yeah. But I miss taking it. Example लिखा आप सबने? Write down, write. 2 minutes I'll pause, आप लिख लो. Write down the example. Ma'am, 15 rupees is your income. No, you should write here. Discount received 15. Discount received rupees 15 is income. But we miss taking it. Now, if I take 15 rupees, what is the impact on profit? Profit will increase by 15, yes or no? So that's what is the second add. Second add. business income not credited in P&L. Now credit. कोई बिजनेस की इनकम है, it's actually, ma'am, this 15 rupees is very well a business income, but you didn't take it, so now you add it. Expenses कितना disallow किया था? Personal 2 rupees. What is business income and now you take it? कितना था अभी? 15 रुपए है ना? 15 ना? Yeah. What is the example I should write? Example is discount received. You have received the discount, it's a business income, you forgot taking it, तो take it. 15 rupees से income को बढ़ा दो, right? Now example 3 आ जाओ. Example 3 वही आपका GP 50, expenses है NP 10, expenses are 12. Here I have written dividend received 2 रुपए. Draw this. 50 is my GP. Dividend received, interest received, house rent received, credited in the P&L. Expenses 12 rupees and net profit. Ma'am, dividend is not a business income. Not a business income. Even if dividend is taxable, where is it taxable? Other source. Rental income, even if it is taxable, where? House property. Are you getting? So then why did you credit it? Dividend check came in the bank, so accountant has written bank to dividend received. But this is not your business income. Scratch. If you remove 2 rupees, what is the impact on the profit? If you remove 2 rupees, your profit will become 8. Dividend received, rent received, credited in P&L account. P&L account में credit तो किया है. Not a business income. BI. Business income नहीं है ये. Have you written the example? I want you all to click the picture and send me the format in the challengers group, provided you all are writing. As a teacher, imagine this is a practice by 5 minute की चीज को मैं 50 minute ले रही हूँ, but ये बहुत जरूरी है. We are building a super base. Never you will be confused. Dividend is credited in P&L account, but it's not your income. So remove. So like this, can I write? Less में लिखेंगे हम. Income credited in P&L account. Income is credited in P&L account, not related to business. Not related to business. Example. Dividend received, rent received. Best example, income tax refund. Either these are not income, this may be exempt, or it is not taxable here. I call it as kachra, garbage. This is extra things credited in the P&L. No. You are not a business income. Dividend, go. So the net profit will reduce. And when you reduce and do minus, put it in brackets. Expenses debited but not allowed. Add back. Income credited but it's not business income. निकाल दो. कचरा है, बाहर जाओ. Remove. One more less will come. और एक less आएगा. Okay. Say again, this is your P&L account. GP 50, expense 10, 40, net profit 10. Now, scientific research expenses you have done 3 rupees. Depreciation as per Income Tax Act is 1 rupee. Ma'am, what is this? These are expense. If you do scientific research expense, is it allowed? Yeah. If you do depreciation as per income tax, is it allowed as per section 32? Yeah. But you didn't debit it. So now debit. If I debit now, what's the impact on net profit? Or kam ho jayega. You have debited expense, but you didn't debit scientific research. So ab debit kar do. Depreciation as per the income tax. Ab credit kar do. Clear? So this is the last one, which says that expenses allowed but not debited. Now debit. So less. ऐसे ही लिखना है एग्जाम में नहीं. This is for you to understand add and less. Expenses are allowed. Example. Can we write some good example? Scientific research. Scientific research you didn't debit in the P&L account. कर दो. Depreciation as per Income Tax Act. In books you have charged different depreciation that you add. Income tax depreciation you less. Please give honest feedback. और confuse हो रहे कि ये समझ में आया. Scientific research allowed है. Depreciation as per books add back किया है. तो अभी depreciation as per the income tax बिल्कुल allowed है. 3 and 1. So I'm writing here 4. Now 2 10 था. 15 and 2 add 17. 27 deduct 6. 21. Net profit as per Income Tax Act. First you complete writing. I'll still make you learn if you have a confusion. Yes. That's all. Where did you start? Have you finished writing? You all started with net profit as per P&L account. Net profit as per profit and loss account. Books. P&L account means books. Now some expenses, you look here and understand. Some expenses you have debited, not allowed. Reduce expense, profit will increase. Some income you have credited, not allowed, remove. These two are related, 1 and 1, these two are related. Business income not credited, discount received, credit. Expenses not debited, now debit, reduce. Whatever you do, what's the impact on profit is there, you have to see. Now, and Abhi, don't worry, please keep patience. When I apply this, no, it will be very clear. Example 5. New Year diaries given to clients. New Year diaries given to clients. Rupees 14 debited in expense in P&L account. You know, on New Year, as my marketing advertisement, I give diaries. New Year diaries, which my company's name and all, to my client. And that is for 14 rupees. And I have debited that expense in the P&L account. In that 40 rupees. Everywhere I have taken expense as 40, na? नहीं, यहाँ पे मैंने क्यों कुछ गड़बड़ किया? 42 this one. So in expense 40, 14 in 40 rupees. Yeah, in rupees 40 expense. 14 rupees is the New Year diary ka expense. What you should do? Treatment, question mark, add question mark, less question mark. क्या पता? I don't know. You have to answer. I have given New Year diaries to the client, 14 rupees. And I debited in the 40 rupees expense. ये 40 rupees. ये 40 rupees में 14 rupees आपका New Year diaries है. What I should do? I am waiting. Till you don't answer, I will not go to the more question answer. ठीक है बेटा, बोलो. Add करूं या less करूं 14 rupees? Everyone should answer. If it is wrong, yeah, some of you have answered. Great, great, great. Okay. I'll tell you किसका answer correct है. आ जाओ. Yeah, I think I have disabled. Why some of you are not able to rejoin, is it? 1 minute, 1 minute. Please give me 2 minutes time. तब तक आप लोग आंसर करो. Okay. Great, great, great. Received answer from all of you except some. क्यों बाकी लोग ने आंसर नहीं दिया? क्यों? I said ना, गलत भी है तो no problem. Ignore it as advertisement expenditure is allowed. Super, super. Great insight, Satvika. Good, very good, बेटा. और बाकी जिनको नहीं आया ध्यान से सुनो. What did I say? New Year diaries given 14 rupees. Can I do advertisement in the form of giving diaries to my clients? Is this expense related to my business? Yes. Is it allowed? Yes. 14. Okay. Have I debited in the 40 rupees? Yeah. Business related expense. Correctly, I have debited. हो गया. So what I have to do? Add. Less. No. Answer is nothing. Nothing you have to do. Ignore with a note. मैम ये तो जोक लग रहा है, इसको इतना क्यों हाईलाइट कर रहे हैं? इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट टू नो. लुक हियर, व्हाट एम आई सेइंग? इट्स नॉट ऑलवेज कि सम एडजस्टमेंट गिवन इन द एग्जाम, इसको ऐड करूं या लेस करूं. अरे देयर आर फ्यू थिंग्स, like so many times in exam they give you auditor's fees paid 40,000 included in legal. So audit expenses are allowed as legal expense. I paid 50,000 rupees to Rishabh for filing all my GST return, monthly, annual, all allowed. Rishabh is not my accountant, still allowed. You can ask outsiders. Are you getting? So there will be some expenses which are allowed and which are properly debited in the P&L account. Advertisement expense, diaries given to the client, allowed, debited in the P&L. अभी क्या करना है? कुछ नहीं करना है. but you have to write a very brief note in exam that advertisement expense are allowed, hence no effect given above. Like how I have made you write in house property, water charges, electricity, insurance, ground rent, repairs, against this all 30% standard deduction is allowed, hence not considered above. Clear, right? So that's all. Thank you so much. You all were super enthusiastic and participative. Now look at the format. क्या आपको format learn हो गया? Any, ma'am, you have made us write only 4 items. Any add or less will come only in this 4 items. Expenses debited, disallowed, add back. Expenses allowed, but you didn't take it, now take it less. Income credited in the P&L, but it's not related to kachra, remove, garbage, dividend and rent and blah blah. Remove these incomes. Income related to business, discount received and all. You didn't credit it, now credit it. So like this, every example will come in all the 4. Shall we do one problem and then take a break? And then again we'll continue with more problems. 2 classes I didn't teach jumbo problems, but I taught one concept, one problem. Today is the 3rd class for business head and 7th class otherwise for fast track. We have yet not done salary. Huh? Someone might be thinking, अरे salary house property सब हो गया, नहीं हुआ ना, सिर्फ house property हुआ है. Tell me and I will do. You have any doubt? Otherwise, ready to go for question answers? Then let us start solving the question and answers. Don't go about the size की मैम आपने तो बहुत सारे बड़े बड़े questions दिए हैं. They are for practice. Out of that, मतलब so many adjustments might not come in the exam. Ready? R for ready. Chalo. Let us read. Yeah, advertisement in political party is not allowed. One side your company's name, on the flip side any of the political parties sign, that's not allowed. But otherwise advertisement expense are very well allowed. Chalo, problem padhte hain. The problems which I am doing, they are all from the DT compiler, which is given in the your Telegram also I have uploaded. PDF. You can take a printout of that. Aaja. 44 sections we have not yet done. बाद में करेंगे एक साथ. Let us start with 36 question. Question number 36. A resident individual furnishes following particulars. Profit and loss is given to you. Read it, read it. And now how to read the question in exam, that is also important. So first always start with your net profit. That is this. GP, commission and discount, sundry receipts, short-term profit on sale of investment. Okay, just check the problem, and this is their PDF. Those who are doing live now, hope you all have taken a printout of the PDF. Problem number 36, page number 144. Salary to staff. Now see, this is called as garbage. See, I'm just explaining interpretation. In 234 profit, 41,000 is short-term capital gain, which will come in the 4th head. So यहाँ से तो no, this is not a business income. If you scratch or reduce it, what is the impact on profit? Profit will also reduce. salary to staff, general expense, bed debt, actual bed debt is allowed. Let us see. Reserves. Can you just reserve future में loss हुआ तो चलो एक reserve कर लेते. No, not allowed. Fire insurance. Yeah, right. Allowed. Advertisement. Outstanding also allowed. X is a proprietorship concern. So interest on X capital. You can't pay interest to yourself. You can definitely pay interest on the loans, what you have taken from outside. But you can't pay interest to yourself. Okay? Right? Next, now we are doing is expenditure on patent. This is very beautiful, very nice. 1 second, I make that date as 23. कर दो इसको 23 करो. You have acquired a patent. You all know patent and formulas are intangible asset. So can you debit capital expenditure or personal expenditure in business? P&L? No. So remove this. But once you capitalize, can you claim 25% depreciation on the intangible asset? Yes. Technical know-how, nikal do. Why? Because it's a capital expenditure. And then can we claim 25% depreciation? Yeah. Right? On the technical know-how. Depreciation on plant and machinery. Okay. Provision for outstanding GST and custom duty. Ma'am, you said provisions are not allowed. Okay, but if it is due, you know, there's a section called as section 43B. Just I have said yesterday, once again I'm saying 43B is some expense, government payment, employee related payment, which are not paid by 31st March and they are just outstanding. Expense to outstanding salary, expense to outstanding interest. We should clear it before filing the due date of filing the return. Clear? And you get the net profit. Now, same expense. Advertisement expenses including, ये जो advertisement है ना, cost of diaries given to a customer. Can we give diaries to the client? Yeah. Depreciation on plant and machinery according to Income Tax Act is given. So can I add back the depreciation as per books? No, sorry, you are not allowed. If a depreciation as per books is not allowed, reduce the expense, increase the profit. Depreciation as per income tax is allowed, but you didn't debit. Now debit. If now you debit, what's the impact on profit? Less. So always depreciation as per books, add. Depreciation as per income tax, less. I am discussing बहुत डिटेल में, आप सबको साथ में करना है. Any conflict in your mind? Please don't just nod your head. सिर हिला के silently मत पढ़ो. If you have any conflict in my explanation, please say. Salaries paid to staff including 8,000 paid to relative, which is unreasonable. You can pay salary, brokerage, anything to your relative, no problem. But don't make it unreasonable. So what is the unreasonable or excess what you have paid? Yeah, that is how much? That is 3,000. So that will be not allowed. Okay, right. Next, general expenses include 4,800 incurred on X on training of employee. Yeah. Can we do expense on training of employee? Allowed. And you have debited in general expense. Nothing to do. Expenditure allowed and already debited in the P&L account. Nothing to do. Commission of 10,000 for securing a business order. Allowed. Compensation of 6,000 paid to employee while terminating his service in the business interest. So you have paid compensation of 6,000 to an employee. Okay. So 6,000, it is allowed. It's the expenditure related to the business. So it is allowed. Huh. but nothing given that it is exactly a VRS or what. Because if it is VRS, it will be allowed 1/5. No, nothing is given. Just compensation we have paid. So, if the employee is leaving, we can compensate him, give some amount while he is going out as a farewell. Allow. Now, this point is relevant. ये provision के लिए. Outstanding GST 3,000 is paid in July. 8,000 is paid in October. And balance is not yet paid before due date of filing the return, that is 31st July. How much you have, ma'am, you only said GST and custom duties allowed, correct? But GST and custom duty, if it is outstanding, you have to pay by 31st July. By 31st July, you have allowed only 3,000. Remaining you have paid late, not allowed. Add back. Income of X from company deposit is 12,000, which is not shown in P&L account. What should I do now? I want everyone to answer the 6th bit. I'm looking at the chat box. Exco, other than business income, he has made some deposit in the company. We make FDs and all. So income from that is 12,000. What is taxable income and tax? His own LIC is 3,200. Tell me, company deposit से जो income आया है, they didn't credit in the P&L account. So should I credit and add or should I ignore? I want answer from all of you. Very nice topic. Yes, yes, yes. Less. Okay. Why you have to less? It is income 12,000, which is not shown in the P&L. So why you want to remove the garbage from P&L, which is not there? Garbage है ही नहीं, फिर भी झाड़ू निकाल रहे. This is joking. Next is add. Why add? Is it your income? Okay. And you didn't credit in the P&L account, so you want to add. But tell me, if you make company deposit is like FD beta. Company deposit is like FD. So on FD, your income is 12,000. Is it your business income? Is it your business income? No. It is which income? Income from other source. And they didn't credit in P&L account. Acha hua. Listen. Interest, I have made some deposit in a company and company has paid me 12,000 interest. Is it my income? Yeah. Other source. Income on FDs, income on company deposit, saving account, RDs, all other source. Is it my business income? No. I should not credit in the, so they have not credited. No. It's not a business income and they didn't show in the P&L account. So what you have to do? Ignore with a note. Ma'am, but it is taxable in the other heads. Other heads पूछा ही नहीं है. They've just asked you to compute the business income. Yeah, let me check. If they have asked you to compute total income, yeah, then we will take this in the other heads. Yeah. Are you satisfied with all my explanation? Oh my God, 10 minutes we just took to read and explain. बहुत गाड़ी slow चल रही है. आ जाओ. अब इसको notebook में करेंगे. Those who don't have listen material नहीं है तो अब listen and write, or you take a screenshot when I share the screen. And those who have, put your left hand there and start writing. What's the format of computing the business income? And this is your problem number 36. Problem number 36. computation of income of Mr. X. Start please to full page, particulars, amount. Particulars, amount. Always start with what? Net profit. As per P&L account or the books of accounts. Net profit कितना दिया है? 2,34,000. Now add and 7 to 8 lines के बाद less. आ जाओ. Now you know how will you do? Some students are confused. Ma'am, shall we take simultaneously adjustments and all? No. My habit, Dipti ma'am's habit is to start with the credit side. You can start with the credit side or with the debit side. So I'm starting with credit side. Put your left hand and read the problem. GP, क्या करना है? कुछ नहीं. Commission and discount, nothing. Sundry receipts, nothing. Short-term capital gain on sale of investment, 41,000. You have credited in P&L account 41,000. Kachra, garbage, remove. Why? Because this is taxable under fourth head. Anyone is having any doubt? बीच में pause करके पूछना. Don't copy, just from the screen. हाँ. And anyone doing tick tick because answer is given in my book, then you are doing a big loss. Big loss. जब तक खुद से लिखोगे नहीं आएगा. Salary to staff, they have debited. Is it allowed? Yeah. Should I do add or less? Nothing. General expense, nothing. Bad debt is allowed provided they are satisfying condition. Provision for bad debt is not allowed. Reserve for losses. This is not an expense only. Reserve for losses के खर्चा थोड़े हैं. Fire insurance allowed. Interest on X own capital. If it is proprietorship capital, you can't pay interest to yourself, but they paid and debited 3,500, disallowed. If this expense is disallowed, add back. Now expenditure. It's a capital expenditure on patent. Patent which you have purchased in June 23, change it to 23. Patent you have purchased. It's a capital expenditure. If you want, write down. Capital expenditure are not allowed in P&L. Add back. But now only can I claim depreciation on patent? It's a capital expenditure, so it should have been capitalized in books. But now at the simultaneously, if I correctly add back, then shall I claim 17,000 pay 25%? 4250. Anyone is confused? Please unmute and speak up. पूछो. कुछ भी doubt है तो पूछो. Patent, add back. Because it's a capital expenditure. You debited in P&L, disallowed. Disallowed expense, profit will increase by 17, add. But if you capitalize on the same, depreciation is allowed? Yeah. Next is technical know-how. Know-how. Same, it's a capital expenditure. Kitna? 60,000. But on the same, can we allow depreciation? Kitna hai? Technical know-how 60,000. On that, what's the depreciation? 25%. And this is purchased in March 24. Used for less than 180 days. So 50%. 60,000 ka 25% ka bhi half. 7,500. Less. Technical know-how, they have debited the whole capital expenditure. Add back. and then deduct 7,500. Next. Okay, have we completed? Next, depreciation as per books on plant and machinery. Add back. Depreciation as per books of accounts on plant and machinery, 28,000. Add back. Next is provisions for GST is not allowed. But out of 13,000, 3,000 they have paid 3,000 they have paid before due date of filing the return. So I want all of you to write here under section 43B, if income tax, GST and all that, if it is not paid in, if it is paid before due date, it's allowed. But 10,000 is disallowed because it's paid late. Advertisement expense allowed. Next, point number 2. Ab add less khatam ho gaya. Take a pause. I know like I've taken 20 minutes, but listen all of you. First, I check the credit side. Then I check the debit side. Clear or not? Credit side. Then the debit side. I have checked. Now I'm going to the adjustment. 2-3 problems if slowly also if you do, it will be super clear to all of you. Some of you are facing network issue. बेटा क्या हो गया? मैं बिल्कुल वाईफाई के पास ही हूँ. अरे सॉरी. We'll go to the notebook only. Problem तो हमने पढ़ लिया. Yeah. Now, after this third adjustment, they said salary is paid to relative and it's already debited in salary, but it is unreasonable to the extent of 3,000. So add back. Disallow what is unreasonable. Unreasonable salary. 3,000 disallowed. General expense. Include expenditure on training allowed. Commission paid allowed. Compensation. So general expense may they have given general expense may this is included, but all that is allowed. So if they have debited and if it is allowed, ignore with a note. So we'll write a note. And income on X from the company deposits. That's not your business income. Now you all do the total faster than I have put lot of my energy in explanation. 2,000, 3,500, 17, 60,000, 28,000. With this, you know, they will give you deductions and all. Total income problems. Add. 123,500. Add ka total. Less. Did I take on depreciation as per income tax? I have not written. Just write that also. I discussed, but after that I missed writing. Depreciation on plant and machinery as per income tax. Please write down if you have also missed out. 29. As per books, add back. As per income tax, le lo. Take it. net profit, which you have to show as business income. As per books, you started, you did some ads, some less, and now you got your business income. In that, add short-term capital gain. You had removed no from here. If they ask you to compute the total income, 41,000, ठीक है. Add interest on company deposit, where it will come other source, and they have not credited in P&L, no problem. Anyone is having any doubt, please ask and do the same sum again at home. You'll get the answer. Gross total income, GTI we call it. How much is it coming? Put the totals. 275. 328,050 gross total income. And they have said that they have paid LIC. ठीक है, अभी के लिए लिख दो. I have not taught you deduction, but ATC में you get deduction LIC. So minus 3,200. So what is your total income? Please compute total income only if asked. Otherwise क्या करोगे बेटा आप? सिर्फ business income निकाल के छोड़ दो. Just compute the business income. That's all. 324,850. And now they have asked you tax on this. X's age is 66 years. So tax thereon up to 3 lakh. Basic exemption nil. Balance 24,850. अब उसमें सब आ जाएगा आपके बेसिक एग्जेम्पशन में. You can remove the other income first. So balance 24,850 पे 5%. No, he's come out of the default tax regime. We have assumed, huh? Tax and all I'm doing extra. 324,850. If they ask you to 5%. 1243. Tax. Less rebate. If your income is less than 5 lakh, you get a rebate under section 87A up to 12,500. तो 1243 tax पूरा आपका निकल जाएगा rebate में. So what will be the tax payable name? After rebate, you will add the cess. Ma'am, why didn't you add cess here? No. Rebate है तो minus होगा. Surcharge है तो you will add and then you will do. From my side, the problem is over. I also want to take a break. You all also take a break. And we are doing quality good more problems. But before I close, tell me, break में जाने से पहले, is this problem clear or not? Anyone is having any doubt, scroll up and down. Put the message in chat box. Assemble back in 5 minutes and we will continue with more problems. Okay. Are you all back? Anyone is having doubt? Bolo. Is any one of you having doubt in the problem which I did? What is the mindset? Start with net profit as per the books. Add back all the expenses you have debited, not allowed. Scratch, add back. Remove all the incomes you have credited, not related to business. Go. And like depreciation as per books, add back, as per income tax, deduct. Routine, right? Okay. Yeah. Ma'am, why do we calculate depreciation on patent? Good. They have already given in the P&L account. Very good question. Huh? Listen, all of you. They have already given in the P&L account depreciation only for plant and machinery as per books. You add it. Depreciation as per income tax, you deduct it. Now, if some patent, copyright, these are all assets on which 25% depreciation is allowed. But what did they do? They debited everything in the P&L account. I hope you are getting. So if any capital expenditure is debited in the P&L account, you have to add back. But if you add back means this is a capital expenditure not allowed in P&L, sorry, you go add back. But if it is a capital expenditure, at least allow 25% depreciation on intangible assets, patent, copyrights. That's why 25% depreciation is allowed. So first is purchased in June 23, 25% depreciation. Second is purchased in March 24. We have taken only 25% का 50%. Is your doubt clear now? Check करो और बोलो. समझ में आया? और बोलो क्या डाउट है? Thank you, thank you. Great that your doubts are getting clear. और एक सम करते हैं इसके बाद. Let us do one more sum. Depreciation is going to be an important adjustment. Today is the third practice batch class for business head. Tomorrow also we are doing business head for all stylish section. You know what is stylish? 44 AD, AE, AA, AB, all. वो कल करेंगे. ठीक है? आज हम क्या कर रहे हैं? What we are doing today? We are concentrating on the addless concept. So practice more questions and apply your depreciation knowledge here. Depreciation, if they have not charged, you charged. If they have charged wrong, you corrected. So that aspect is always going to be there in the addless. आ जाओ एक sum और करते हैं. One more sum we will do. Hmm. 37 we will do. Palak is 29 years and details are given to you for the year ending March. GP, sundry receipts. Now I am discussing here only. Okay, right. Bad debt is recovered, not allowed as deduction. You remember this I have taught you yesterday only. Bad debt, earlier only deduction was not allowed. You debited 2-3 years back, ma'am, ye bad debt hai. Not allowed. So that time only it was disallowed. That time only it was taxable. When the bad debt was disallowed, it was taxable. Now again, when you receive the refund, should you tax it? No. Custom duty recovered. Early, so what I should do? Minus. समझ में आ रहा है नहीं? Bad debt recovered is my income and bad debt is my expenditure. But when I debited bad debt, department said, no, this is not allowed. Add back. तब भी they have added back and taken the tax. So now when I get the refund, should I tax it again? No. So this is not your business income. निकाल दो. Custom duty recovered, earlier allowed as deduction, now refunded. Nikal do. Gift received from father. Okay. So what is the gift received from father? 43,000. And they have credited in the P&L account. This 43,000 is having an impact here. But tell me, is gift received from father your income? No, it's a capital receipt. I can receive gift from my relative, but it's not income to nikal do. Less. Garbage. Remove the income which is credited but not related to business. Is my explanation clear? Yeah. Office expenses, they have debited, allowed also, nothing to do. Okay. Sundry expense, allowed. Entertainment expenses, your clients and all, you take them out for lunch or you host some training in resorts and all, allowed. Entertainment. Audit fees, allowed. Legal expense, allowed. Ye aa gaya dekho. Extension of a building is a capital expenditure, not allowed. You can't debit personal or capital expenditure, so add back. Depreciation on plant and machinery as per books. Add back, ma'am, why? Because we will deduct the depreciation as per Income Tax Act. Salary to staff, bonus. Employees recognize provident fund they have contributed, allowed. Unapproved gratuity fund, not allowed. Any funding for employee, PF fund, gratuity fund, superannuation fund, you have to get it approved with the income tax department, with the labor laws. If it is unapproved, it's your private fund, not allowed. Not allowed. GST to allowed hai. Provision for GST. Provision for GST is some GST which is due but not paid. If it is paid before due date of filing the return, see, 43B is very important for exam. Section 32, depreciation. So, if you feel this is your weakness, study it separately. Okay? Right. Now, payment to Scientific Research Association. Yeah. Can we make payment to Approved Scientific Research Association? Yes. Is it allowed? Yes. Have they debited in the P&L account? Yes. What I should do, add or less? Nothing. Shown in the P&L account, 19,000 is scientific research, which is not related to business. Okay, still it is allowed. Can you donate outside for scientific or statistic research? Yes. Palak purchased a plant of 30,000 for scientific research. Neither the cost nor the depreciation is debited. For scientific research, if you have purchased a plant, it's a capital expenditure. Then go back to the thumb rule. Revenue and capital expense for scientific research fully allowed. So this plant ka cost is fully allowed. They didn't debit. Expenses allowed, but not debited in the P&L. Now you debit. If you now debit, expense will increase, profit will reduce, to kam kar do. But if the whole expenditure is allowed, will you again, excuse me, claim depreciation on the same? No. Out of bonus 36, 4,000 is paid in 23-24. 26 is paid in July. Balance 6,000 is paid in November. Gone. Employee related payment, income tax, interest on banks. If these payments, if you have missed out, you have to pay before due date of filing the return, that is July. अगर नहीं पे किया 6,000 तो disallow होगा. Who said this? 43B. हाँ, GST का provision आ जाओ. 38 and 25. Now what they are saying? GST 38,000 includes interest. Go to your notebook. I told you, whenever you are confused, refer back. Interest for late payment. Is it allowed? Yeah. Right. GST mein interest is allowed. Penalty not allowed. Refer back the notes again and again. It's a challenge to take these level of questions. आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा अगर हमने बहुत सिंपल भी किया. हाँ मैम ने बहुत क्वेश्चन किए, वैसे नहीं करना है. So in 38,000 in P&L, they have taken interest for late payment. Allowed. Penalty not allowed. Provision for GST represents outstanding GST which is paid on 10th July. So if GST provision dekhte se, don't add back. Why we have added back? Because Dipti ma'am told provisions and reserves are not allowed. But this provision was for GST and this was very well paid before 31st of July. So if any GST is outstanding and if it is paid before 31st of July, it's allowed. Salary to staff includes a payment of pension 5,000 to the widow of former employee. So salary includes pension. Pension is a part of salary. When the employee retires, he himself or after he is deceased, his family members will receive pension. It's allowed. Kuch nahi karna. Ascertain the net income and tax if he has deposited 20,000 in PPF and his income from other source. Oh, this is extra information. Anyone is having any conflict in the explanation the way I read? This is how you read the question paper in exam is an art and it will save your time. If this kind of question comes, net profit as per PNL, credit side, garbage, kachra, nikalte jao. Debit side, not allowed, add back, not allowed, add, and go to adjustment. Just do it like this. You will not fumble and jumble. Are ye reh gaya, wo reh gaya. Students, you know what they do? They try to do adjustments with the PNL. ऐसे नहीं करना है. Things which are clearly on the credit side, garbage, remove. Things on the debit side, disallowed, add back. Then go to the adjustment. Chalo. I feel much explanation is not required here. That's what I feel. Still, if you need, tell me, and we are doing this whole sum in writing. Iske baad 1 or 2 in oral, and tomorrow's whole class is dedicated to 44 series. Okay? aa jao. Chalo. Problem number 37. Computation of income. I'm not computing the other income and all. हम सिर्फ अभी business पे concentrate करते हैं. They have asked and it's very easy. Just add other income. Net profit as per P&L account. 82,600. Start writing, please, all of you. Any doubts you have to पूछो. Add. Around 6-8 lines and then less. Finish drawing, start reading from the credit side. GP, nothing to do. Sundry receipts, nothing. Bed debt recovered. Bed debt recovered is a business income, but that time only it was disallowed. Bed debt recovered, earlier disallowed. Now it is not a business income. Custom duty. Custom duty received. Earlier allowed as deduction. Sorry, it's a business income. Kuch nahi karna hai. Custom duty is allowed as expense. Now you have received refund. It's a business income. So just keep it as it is. Gift received from father, 43,000 credited. Nikal do. Kyun? Because it's a capital receipt. Gift received from father. Bracket में लिख दो capital receipt. It's a capital receipt. Now, debit the expenses which are disallowed. Audit expense allowed, sundry allowed. मैं थोड़ा फटाफट read कर रही हूँ. आपके पास भी book है, पढ़ो. If not, listen and do. Entertainment allowed, audit fees allowed, legal charges allowed. Extension of the building, add back because it's a capital expenditure. Depreciation on the plant and machinery. As per books, add back. Depreciation on plant and machinery. As per the books, you add back because income tax we charge as per section 32 जो नीचे आएगा. Salary bonus allowed, employees RPF allowed, unapproved. Unapproved gratuity fund, pension fund not allowed. GST, provision for GST. Payment to approved scientific research allowed. आ जाओ. Scientific research, they have debited 19,000 and very well allowed. Other than this, for scientific research, they have purchased a plant and machinery, not debited. If you do capital expenditure related to scientific expenditure, it's allowed, debit. They didn't debit. Now, if you debit, what's the impact on profit? Profit will reduce by 30,000 because you have done a capital expenditure for scientific research. Out of bonus, how much is bonus? 36. 4,000 is paid tabhi, 26,000 before July. 6,000 you have paid late. So bonus is debited in the P&L account, add back. Bonus not paid till due date of return of income. I want all of you to write under section 43B, if the bonus is due and you have debited in P&L account 36,000, pay. But you paid only 36,000, you didn't pay. So that will not be allowed. ऐसे तो फिर everyone will do outstanding, no? Yeah. Now depreciation on the plant and machinery and extension. Depreciation as per plant and machinery. 19,000. GST 38,000. Debited in the P&L includes interest. Interest is allowed. Penalty is not allowed. So if you have debited GST penalty, add back. Disallowed. GST penalty not allowed. Disallowed. Provision for GST. Outstanding GST which is liable paid on July 10. Okay, GST provision. Ma'am, you said provisions are not allowed, but this was provision for outstanding GST. Very well paid on 10th of July. So allowed. Salary to staff includes a payment of pension of 5,000. You can pay. Few things are allowed. I think we have done with. So add back now. 6,000 plus 23,000 plus 4,000 plus 6,000. Anyone is having any doubt? Put it in the chat box if you have a doubt. Less karo. Are you doing the total in your notebook? Anyone just sitting in the class की answer है? You are doing a big disadvantage to yourself. बेटा एग्जाम में नहीं. जब दीप्ति मैम इतने सालों से पढ़ा के I am solving it and writing rather than doing tick tick, then you please don't do it. You should also write. How much you are getting the business income? 32,500. Then other source income you have to add and PPF. That's okay. Shall we write a note which you have to write in exam? Huh? Few payments are allowed, no? For example, just go on reading everything. तो आपको gist मिल जाएगा. Interest on GST is allowed. Pension is allowed. Hence, no effect given above. Are you all with me? This is allowed, very well allowed. Hence, no effect given above. Is the problem easy? Sorry, I didn't write. This is the business income. ये आपका business income आ गया. You started with net profit, added few things, deducted. ऐसा नहीं है कि ma'am I'll do all add first and then please you're wasting your time. Yeah, Extension of the building. Why, ma'am, is it disallowed? Because extension of building is a capital expenditure. Write down. It's a capital expenditure, and capital expenditure and personal expense are not allowed. Only revenue are allowed. Ma'am, but if it is capital expenditure disallowed, you should allow depreciation. No. Then read this. Nice doubts you all are asking. ये पढ़ो बेटा, ये क्या है? Depreciation on plant and machinery and extension of building. So extension of building you have added back thinking that it's a capital expenditure. Yeah. And then 19,000 when you have deducted, this includes the depreciation on extension of the building also. अरे आई वॉन्ट सम आंसर्स इन द चैट बॉक्स. बहुत एफर्ट डाल के बहुत आराम से कर रहे हैं. We took 1 hour to do 2 problems because I explained you how to read the problem, and the way I was interpreting, that interpretation should go in your mind, and then we wrote it, we checked it, we are clearing the doubts. और doubt है तो पूछो मैम, why this, why that. Those who are watching live in YouTube, these problems are there in the compiler, and compiler is available in the Telegram. Okay, yeah. Acha, so can we conclude one thing? Whenever you extension या कोई capital expenditure है, you disallow, you have to at least charge depreciation. Last problem I charged. This time I didn't charge because it was already included. चलो, next is a big problem. दिखने में big, solution इतना सा है, and generally इतने सारे adjustments एक साथ नहीं आते, but I feel it's a very good problem having covering maximum possible address. So I have picked up this. You and me, we are doing it by way of pencil tick together right now, and then you can do it in writing at home with stopwatch and send me the picture. Ma'am, I did this problem in 7 minutes, 8 minutes. उतना टाइम है दीप्ति मैम के साथ, या तो do it as homework. Okay, 30th is absolutely homework. No, nothing hint, nothing required. अब ये देखो, expenditure on occasion of Dashera Diwali allowed. It's related to business. Now here depreciation as per books, so you will add depreciation as per income tax. They didn't give the ready. They gave you the block ka detail, opening block and purchase. Yeah, Dipti ma'am has taught day before yesterday. Section 32. आप कर पाओगे, बहुत easy problem है, and notes also have it. It's just this small problem as homework. Stopwatch लगा के, ma'am, I took 7 minutes, I took 10 minutes. You are building up a superb habit of completing the paper in time in your subconscious mind. So do that. And now the last question abhi ye address ke liye. XYZ Limited is an Indian company and furnishes you the following details. Okay. So directly we will start with the net profit. नेट प्रॉफिट कितना है लिख लो. ओके, नाउ क्रेडिट साइड, whatever is the garbage, we'll remove it. Like rent 12,000, remove. Sundry receipts, let it be. Interest on bank deposits, remove because it will come in other source. Capital gain, remove. So 3 things you have to remove and put in less. Interest, short term capital gain, और एक क्या बताया मैंने, rent of the flats which is given to officers. Okay, that you, if you have given as a company to your employees, your main income is not to earn rent. Yeah, so hence it is allowed as business income only. I hope you are getting. We are giving some flats at a very reasonable rent to our employees, not for the sake of earning rental income, but just as an convenience. And that building's expenditure, repairs and all, we have debited in the P&L. So will you allow? Yes. It's a business income. कुछ नहीं करेंगे. आ जाओ, अब debit side. Salary to staff. Okay. expenses on issue of shares. Okay. Cost of the project is 10 lakh. So you are setting up some industry and you're issuing the shares. So this is like a preliminary expense. Yeah. Issue of shares. Cost of the project कितना है 10 lakh. उसका 5%, 50,000 तक it is allowed under section 35D, but only 18 is there. So whatever is your preliminary expenditure related to issue of shares, can I allow 1/5? Pick up your calculator. 18,000 का 1/5 3,600 minus 18,000 14,400 disallowed. Working note 1. आ जाओ. Expenses on issue of shares 18 into 1/5 is allowed. So remaining will be disallowed. Am I going fast or clear? 1/5 is allowed, but you debited everything. So 4/5 will be disallowed. Next, we are here. Expenditure on family planning, वो नीचे आ जाएगा. Revenue allowed, capital 1/5 allowed, GST allowed, contribution to national laboratory allowed, gratuity fund allowed, reserve for losses 20,000 not allowed, bad debt written off allowed, reserve for payment of advance tax not allowed. So these two reserves not allowed. Municipal tax and ground rent for officers flat allowed, because income also you have taken here, rental and expense also here. But these two reserves are not allowed. Sundry expense allowed, income tax not allowed. So three things you have to add back. Reserves not allowed. Advance tax, 1 minute. Advance tax or income tax. कितना है आपका इनकम टैक्स? 1 minute. Amount, why is it showing? 1 minute. हाँ, advance tax is तो not allowed. Income tax भी है 14,700, वो भी not allowed है. Okay, right. Advance tax भी not allowed, income tax भी not allowed. Now come to adjustment. Adjustment पढ़ते हैं. Expenditure on family planning includes 2,500 capital. How much was family planning expenditure? 3,000. उसमें 2,500 was capital. So how much is revenue? 500. Fully allowed. And in capital also, 1/5 is allowed or not? 1/5 allowed है ना capital expenditure में? Yeah, right. So 1/5 is allowed in 2,500, 500. And out of 3,500, so 1,000 is total allowed. 2,000 you have to add back. 2,000 family expense, working note 2. आ जाओ. Revenue expense 100% allowed. Capital 500 allowed. So out of 3,500 and 500,000 allowed and 2,000 disallowed. Easy. Very easy. Car is utilized partly for private purpose by a director. In the past year, 1/4 of this expenditure was disallowed. Okay. So look at the car related expense. Car ka depreciation 1/4. कार का repairs maintenance भी होगा ना, वो भी disallow करेंगे. Are you reading with me? Car is 3,000 का 1/4. How much it comes to? 3,000 का 1/4. 750. Car expenses. Yeah, okay. I took depreciation on car because that also we will take. Sorry. What did they say? Car related expenses 1/4 are personal. So this is like 900 लिखा है, it's 9,000. 9,000 cars expense का 1/4. Okay. Is to be disallowed. Then even for depreciation, 1/4 is to be disallowed, but I think they gave some note. Car is utilized for private and in past year 1/4 is disallowed. ठीक है, we'll see. Sundry expenses include 9,000 paid printing bill to relative, which is excess. Unreasonable excess payment to relative disallowed. Salary includes 21,000 paid in cash. दिमाग खराब है. Above 10,000 expenditure on a single day, you cannot do it in cash. Then why did you pay 21,000 salary in cash? Yeah. So 21,000 salary which you have paid in cash. Ma'am, up to 10 to allow karo, nahi hota na, 100% disallow. It also includes medical insurance premium for employee, out of which 6,000 is paid in cash. If you are paying LIC medical premium and all, you have to pay it by check. So 21 and 6. Why salary 21 is disallowed, paid in cash? Why Mediclaim is disallowed? Because it is paid in cash. Mediclaim, group insurance, LIC, all this you have to pay by check. Aajao. Though amount of depreciation on building, car, furniture is as per income tax only, it is excess of 2,000. हाँ, मैम ने क्या सिखाया आपको? दीप्ति मैम ने depreciation as per books, add. Depreciation as per income tax, less. Yeah, right. But here they said the difference. What is the excess depreciation? 2,000. Add back. Excess depreciation, directly they gave the figure. So we have added back. It's easy. 1 lakh is contribution to National Laboratory. Allowed, nothing to do. Company has deposited 240 with Hyundai for a car. The car is likely to come in June 24 next year. This amount is not debited in P&L. Tell me, what is the line of action? Ma'am, ये तो एकदम अलग adjustment है. You tell me. Those who are doing live in YouTube also, tell me, should I add or less 2,40,000? You read it on your own. If you want time to read, take your time to read. Dipti ma'am sab nahi padhate. I know we are late for the lunch break. किसी को तो बचाना होगा क्लास को. Say 2,40,000 I should do add or less. Add or less. I'm waiting. You read it again. अरे कुछ तो आंसर दो. If it is wrong, I'm not here to judge you कि अरे ऐसे कैसे गलत आंसर दे दिया. You're just learning something very beautiful. 2,40,000 we have paid deposit to purchase a car next year, June 24. And we didn't debit it in the P&L. So anyhow, if you pay deposit, it's your current assets. Do you have to debit it? Yeah. It may not be personal, beta, because you can purchase a car for your business purpose. But abhi to you have just paid deposit. You didn't buy the car, you have just paid deposit. So why will you debit in P&L account? When you purchase the car, you will depreciation on the car you will put in P&L. So no treatment for this. You have to write a note. Oh, miss out हो गया इसमें note लिखना. But ये clear है आपको explanation? That deposit, it's just a deposit. It's a current asset. And they didn't debit in P&L. So ignore. Neither you have to do add. I want to repeat. They have paid 2,40,000 deposit in advance for car, which is a current asset. So why will they debit in P&L? If they purchase the car next year, depreciation they will debit. तब की देखी जाएगी. Now to no. During the previous year, company pays 15 lakhs as compensation to employee on VRS. Amount is not debited in P&L. Oh. VRS is allowed 1/5 every year. So 3 lakh you can deduct. You've paid VRS, you debited nothing. But VRS 1/5, 1/5, 1/5 is allowed for 5 years. So you deduct now 1/5. Next is again deposit paid to NABARD या कोई भी कुछ नहीं करना है. Ignore. Now, in March 24, company gets a refund of GST. It was allowed as deduction. Amount is not credited in the PNL as appeal is pending. Let the appeal go in tribunal, in High Court, in Supreme Court. Jaan jana hai maan jao. Earlier, this amount was allowed as expense. Yeah. Now, have you received the refund? Yes. Is it your business income? Yes. GST refund is my business income. Add. Very nice pointer. Shall I repeat? GST was my expense. Yeah. Now this year I have received refund. So GST refund is my business income. But I didn't credit in P&L account. I said, array, this case has gone in appeal in tribunal, High Court, Supreme Court, which may take years. Abhi to income mila na, credit karo. GST refund is business income. Company deposit ko kuch nahi karna hai. That's all. Dekho. It's a very nice problem for add and less. Actually, today's target was to complete with this partnership firm. Chota sa hi topic hai, but then I got delayed in starting the class. So will you do without fail the homework, this problem in writing and before wala pura, Raj wala problem? Yeah. Depreciation. Yeah, we need to ignore the deposits. Correct, beta. Okay. और कोई doubt किसी को? Depreciation as per books you add back. Depreciation as per income tax you deduct. Now some students are smart. They want to take difference. Difference can come up also down. Utna maths क्यों करना है? Avoid silly mistake. If they have given depreciation as per books 10 rupees, add back. Depreciation as per income tax 8 rupees, deduct. Don't see 2 rupees will come there here. Don't do extra juggling in the exam. And whatever you ignore with a note, just very brief note, you write it. Deposits are not a part of P&L account, hence no effect given above. Hence no effect given above. Like that, you'll have to write. Okay. So please don't just study whatever I have taught today. I've given a beautiful gist in yesterday's class, which I started reading today in the morning. And I've practiced add less quality good questions. Tomorrow, we are doing assessment of partnership form. Okay. Add less, many students had requested. And did you like the format I have given? 4 items. Expenses debited, not allowed, add back. Expenses we have to debit, they didn't debit, now you debit. Profit will decrease less. Income credited, not related to business. Garbage, kachra, nikal do, less. Income related to business, they didn't credit. Now you credit. If you credit, the profit will increase. These are the 4 items. If you, anyone who has joined late now and willing to check, just check 1.5 hours. And someone who is watching recording can put the duration where I did revision for the first 30 minutes. Then I did add and list. Any more help you need anywhere, please comment. Bolo. किसी को कोई भी doubt है कि yeah ma'am today's class. Tomorrow we are doing 44 series and we are doing assessment of partnership firm. Yeah. ICDS also. 5 points which you should remember for MCQs for ICDS. Thank you. I can see this thumb, all of you putting it in Zoom, right? Okay. Every day we do some exercise. Yesterday I have given you, if you are yawning too much, open your jaw and close it. Feel that sensation here. So usse aapka yawning kam ho jayega. These are small techniques, yoga, breathing. Just go for a walk. Terrace पे एक बार ऊपर नीचे कर लो. रोज नहीं तो वीक में एक बार ही सनराइज या सनसेट देख लो from the nearby park, lake or terrace. Do like these things and don't say music. You know, if you're really interested, listen to one of the songs, whatever you like, at loud music, or just shake a leg if you like dancing. दीप्ति मैम ये सब क्या सिखा रहे इनकम टैक्स में? This will make both side of music to makes both side of the brain super active. You learn fast, whatever you learn you remember and recollect fast in exam. But you have to do efforts for all this. पहले बोलना नहीं पड़ता तो, but अब क्या होगा, जैसे क्लास खत्म होगा, scrolling scrolling. So do that. I'm not saying at all कि leave off, install uninstall कर दो Insta and ये and Facebook and all. No, please. But allot a specific time, and it has really worked for me. Then when I feel, oh, I have to post this, I have to do this, okay, when I have the time in evening, no, so I've kept a specific hour where I'm literally distracted, I'm just scrolling or checking what is required. मुझे जो भी देखना है मैं देखती हूँ. So if you have that specific time, you will not get distracted. Shall we try it? And literally some of the students have surrendered the smartphone and got a small Nokia chota wala phone, and they are really doing good. They are feeling that difference. Ma'am, but it's not possible. Your Zoom link and everything will come in the mobile phone, right? So only for learning, if you have a laptop tab, okay. Suppose you are doing it only on phone, many students, then you can have, you all have spare phones at home, or at least itna karo ki at least till your exam, just sign off from other videos which are popping up very easily. Sometimes you're looking for entertainment, but if you unsubscribe till the exam, they will vanish and you'll be focused. Or one way out is, this is a student suggestion, that I have my mom's phone at home, so please remove my number and add my mom's number. I'll be looking in your updates and WhatsApp and all through her number, but otherwise I'm using a smartphone. And then after years, when you study super well and you get good degree, you get good job or practice, and you live nice life, you'll be talking like me. Like I'm saying 97 I used to do like this hamare zaman mein. You will say this ki this was a beautiful experience when on my teacher's insistence I unsubscribed. One more small habit which has helped me also with this smartphone is, the moment I on the phone, no, तो जो distracting part है ना, वो Snapchat और Insta, that is not on the first screen. That I have purposely kept on the third screen. So by the time I have to go to the third screen, I remember कि okay, अभी नहीं 4 o'clock, अभी नहीं 4 o'clock. Try these small techniques, and if it works, come back here and comment. It will really help, because you're very clear with your why कि क्या achieve करना है. So like this, every day the class ends with something for helping you to build up a super strong mindset. Tomorrow's activity is still wonderful, beautiful. We are going to make our joy list tomorrow. साथ में करेंगे end of the class tomorrow. So see you all tomorrow. Anyone is having any doubt? Yeah? You can unmute and speak up if your doubt is such you can't type. पूछ लो. Zoom पे हैं वो लोग भी पूछ लो, कोई problem नहीं है. Nice? Satisfied with the problems? You can do some more problems from your study material also. And I know we are doing business head, but still this Sunday you all are writing as per timetable residential status exam. So gear up, prepare well. Any doubt you have in business head, in residential status, click the picture and send it in challenges group with the topic subject name. Some are sending costing doubt, accounts doubt. So एक बार आप भेजो, I'll surely clear it. That's all for today. See you all tomorrow. What is your mantra for avoiding the distraction out of whatever I have shared? You can share. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Bye-bye. See you all tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. Whenever you say thank you, no, I don't know what's the setting in this. That poop, poop, poop sound is coming. Off with the notification. I don't know. I didn't keep the sound on. But it's good. Like you are saying thank you with a clap, the poop, poop, poop. Okay, all right. Bye-bye. See you all tomorrow, sharp at 11. Again, apologies. I feel myself very bad when I'm late because I miss on the target and waiting is really bad. अच्छा आप क्या करते हैं बेटा 2 सेकंड. हाँ, दीप्ति मैम की गलती है कि वो लेट हो रहे हैं. आपको तो पढ़ाई करना है ना, तो कुछ ना कुछ you can just pick up booster notes what I've made you write. Revise that. Do something please. Bye. Bye all of you.